About to bring you our first upper round one. Earlier we called that the playoff round. Now we're in upper round one matchup. But let's take a look at how we got here, Maven, because you just cast one heck of a match.
This has been unreal so far, man. Between the first two series, run us through this, man. This has been nuts.
Okay, so we started off the day at the bottom half of the bracket here on the Alpha stream. You saw Faze Black going up against Strictly Business. Faze Black looked like they should have 3-0'd Strictly Business. Instead, SB beats them. The first major upset of the day in my book. They are now going to play against Prophecy, who is able to get past Orbit. Also in the bottom half of that bracket, you'll see Revenge. Pretty close games against Mind Freak, the top squad from Australia, but Revenge, just one of the best teams when it comes to teamwork and working as a squad to accomplish their goals. Now, though, they will have a true test against FaZe Red. But, Maven, talk us through the top half of the bracket because this is absolute chaos.
I don't even know what to... All right. As far as upset goes, I mean, automatic reload, strong team. Do I think they're going to take out Nation? No. They go ahead and beat Nation. Envious loses to Aware as well. I saw a tweet that said Optic Gaming, Optic Nation, Envy, all in losers in that playoff top bracket. Two of them aren't going to make it into the money.
What's that?
Two of them won't make it into the money, between Optic Gaming, Optic Nation, and Envy.
And let's see how it all plays out in that lower bracket. So we should remind you guys, this is double elimination. Optic Gaming still in it. So is Envy. So is Nation. So are Below Zero, as well as Gamers 2, Mind Freak, FaZe Black, and Orbit. But looking at the matchups here, Optic Gaming is going to have what should be a pretty easy match against Below Zero. This was one of the weaker teams at the NA Regional Championship. They are looking stronger this week and a big surprise to get out of groups, but you got to feel confident there with Optic. But it's really that Envy Optic Nation match which is going to decide who has a chance to place in the money and who is going out dimeless here from the 2015 Call of Duty Championship.
Yeah, that match is going to be insane. I mean, just to think about the fact, again, that two of those teams aren't going to be able to play for the money. That's going to be a wild one. I can't wait for it. Envious, Optic Nation, huge matchup. Then we have Gamers 2 versus Mind Freak. A couple of the international teams. Again, only 3 out of our top 16 that made it to day 2 are outside of North America. You're going to see them battling it. So a good opportunity for one of those teams to make it into Sunday.
It's insane. A team with 5 champions, Optic Nation playing Envy just for a spot to compete for money.
It's crazy.
Absolutely
Already.
Crazy. It's been a crazy Saturday, and it's about to get crazier. Let's take a look at our main stage as we introduce the 2 squads, starting with FaZe Red. You got the 2013 Black Ops champion and Parasite, Christopher Duarte, one of the top S&D players in the game right now, and he is backed up by the best AR on this squad, in my opinion. Slasher, definitely a top 5 guy. Truly his breakout year in Advanced Warfare.
As we take a look at Eggs, I mean, he's been kind of the question mark. You know, is the dedication there? Is he going to put the time in? The one thing I do know from his tweets, currently on the coin flip pre-match, he is 5 for 5.
There you go.
And then Enable, the final player to wrap up this roster, one of the most well-rounded players on the entire team. Enable rounding him out. He's an incredible player. This entire squad, I had them picked to be in the finals against Optic Gaming.
Same.
After that last match, I had no idea what I'm picking.
Yeah,
no clue.
I can't root against denial at this point, to be honest, but FaZe Red, this is a squad that was put together to compete for a championship. You have 3 really strong egos there with Parasite, Slasher, and Eggs. I'll call it out. Enable, he's kind of the glue of this squad, but on the other side, this is a team that is simply based on teamwork. Vicento, Bryce Vicento, really impressive player. He has his off games, but he's always leading the squad with his communication. Nagafan, Jared Harrell, not afraid to pull out the Amelie.
We're going to see it for sure.
Get in your face, try out new classes, and really do something different. But really, it's all about the duo, Remy and Aqua. These are your guys to watch and capture the flag. These are your guys to watch and uplink. Aqua, I call him basically the new Scump. He just gets in your face with the ASM-1, just like you saw Scump do on the Alpha stream previously. Look for him to drop the 40 bombs and get those nasty 3-pieces.
Yeah, and Aqua gets such, I mean, he makes kills look so easy. He's so patient with his sometimes. I've seen him just let like 1, 2, 3 players run by, get these easy 3-pieces, not quite as frantic of a player as Scump, not as aggressive, but he will put up huge numbers. And this might be the most balanced voting we've seen yet this weekend.
It's not too one-sided quite yet, but I think that might change, guys, as you keep your hashtags flowing through. Use hashtag CODChampsLive, and of course, let us know, do you think it's going to be FaZe Red, or do you think Revenge has a chance to take this one? Honestly, this was a really good matchup. A lot of people forget that this happened at the North American Regionals. We saw this go 3-1, but it was so close. A few moments there where TR, Revenge, just made those small mistakes that allowed FaZe Red to make it into the top 3.
And I'm a fan of the COD Competitive subreddit. I will hop in there to see what the chatter is around these matches. And as soon as the day 2 post went up top, the #1 comment was, Revenge will make it to the finals.
Okay.
Still the #1 comment. So there's a lot of faith behind these guys. But Chris, walk me through this key player matchup.
Of course, your players to watch here. You got the FPS champion, Enable. He has multiple MLG titles. On the other side, Nagafen, happy to be here. Really just kind of been grinding at this game online for years. Now he's in here on LAN at the World Championship with a team I had in my top 6 coming in. Let's take a look at the first game in our best of 5, though, as we head over to Solar Hardpoint. Maven, what do you think is going to be the key for both of these teams?
Really, off the break, it's going to be Nagafen, like you said, with that MLA. He'll get set up. If they get the parking lot spawn, he pushes towards glass. I've seen him go on 7 or 8 streaks just to break into the game. That'll be a big one to watch out for me here. As far as looking at FaZe Red, it's just the slaying power of this team. Are all 4 of them going to get rolling? Sometimes there are not enough kills on the map for them to share.
Not gonna lie, I absolutely love this FaZe Red lineup. They kind of play the villain role in the Call of Duty scene. They're happy with that. They don't care. All they care about is winning a championship. Everything on the line for them this weekend. Aches, he's the winningest player in Call of Duty history. He wants to catch up to Karma and get his 2nd ring as well.
And Nagafen not going to be using that melee early on. He will have the bow. He's in water here, just trying to soak up as much time as he can for his team. You see Parasite picking up one on the kill streak. Nice grenade comes in there from Nagafen, able to pick up one as he was wrapping towards middle. And right now, 15-0. Finally a point on the board for FaZe Red.
All right, let's go over to Aqua. I want to see this man. Normally see him with the ASM-1, pulling out the bow on that hard point. Parasite gonna stick with an ASM-1 as well. And we're gonna stay on FaZe Red for the first couple of minutes here, guys. They haven't had a chance to play on the main stage yet. Really excited to see how well they're playing, because talking to some of the other players, they said FaZe Red was looking absolutely ferocious in group play. And I think Enable was part of their success. He's so versatile. He's the best communicator on this team, in my opinion. He's definitely a leader. When they need someone to just keep the team calm emotionally, he's actually the guy to speak up first.
Yeah, like you said, he's been there. He's won multiple titles through MLG. He is one of the most experienced FPS players still in the game. Been competing since he was, what, 15 years old? Wild to think about that he's been around for 6 or so years now. As we're going to be on with Eggs. He's able to get one in the back. I was talking, he was the question mark for me. I talked to Enable before, I think it was early Fridays. They were just in group play. I was like, what can I expect at Eggs? He's been putting into time. He's like, I don't know, Mapes. He's been putting up 50 bombs in scrims. Let's see what kind of numbers he's going to get for us here.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Aches not really trying going into the MLG Season 1 Championship, but we saw the same old Aches we were used to when it came to the regional finals. He especially tries hard against Optic Gaming, but he tries so hard against every team when you put him at the World Championships. Last year, he made that incredible run with Complexity, and honestly, when you look at the makeup of this squad, it's kind of similar to what he was working with last year.
Yeah, this is second for me when it comes to slaying, second only to Optic Gaming. It's hard to say that after we just saw what Denial did, but I'm sticking with it. FaZe Red just has such incredible slaying power. We are watching Slasher right now. You said a top AR on this team. Had a couple lined up there, but only able to get hit markers. Aqua and Remy picking up kills on our kill feed. We are going to watch Parasite, though, as he is going to fall. And early on, Chris, 40-point advantage here for TR.
Looking solid, and you know, we talked about teamwork. That is the strength of this team. When you look at the kills, I mean, Aqua is now pulling away with +5, but 8 and 9 for Remy. 8 and 8 for Nagafen, 6 and 5 for Vicento. No one really going off quite yet, but they're letting their Slayer shine now as Aqua picks up his 13th kill. Remy trying to hold on, but a nice break coming through from the right side of Garage. 13 seconds left, and I think this is almost going to be about 52 seconds, 52 points going in favor from TR on that hard point alone. You see big fights going on at the top of the map. Slasher just won it for initial parking lot control.
Yeah, and it was Aqua. He had a 6 streak that basically spanned that entire hill, just able to get a ton of time for his squad. You can see as the lead continued to grow, but Slasher and crew, they are set up here as the grenade dinks off the back of the head of his
trick
teammate.
shot, man.
Car explodes. Yeah, if that would actually got a kill, that would have been absolutely nuts. He is not able to get one, though, but Aches and Enable will answer. Parking lot being broken right now. Enable's got to win this gunfight to maintain control. It's going to be at least one player up top. No, I take it back as Slasher gets one as well, and they will maintain control of this top.
Craziness is going down, man, but it's been FaZe holding on. Taking a look at that scoreboard. Not used to seeing seeing Faze down by 40 points this early in a game. They need to mount the comeback now. They can't let this game spin out of control. Aches is doing a nice job on a 2-spree, staying alive behind the car. Really that last line of defense, but he gets flooded, and you'll see Parasite rotating from one direction, as that was a huge win by Enable on the right side of the map. They'll get the final seconds here, bringing it within 30 points as we move into our next hard point.
Yeah, but this next hill is looking to be all TR right now, especially if Remy can win this gunfight. He gets that. They've locked down the 2 players that rotated. They're trying to flood in now, but all the gunfights going the way of TR, and they are set up just amazingly here in this final hill before the second half.
Aqua looking so good. His duo Remy, 6 captures already. Now, Remy at one point at the North American Championships went 40-40 with 20 captures, Maven.
That's
80 interactions on the map, in the hard point 20 times, getting those first bloods.
Well, you see him. He's got 6 now, also a +1. We'll see if he can lock it down. That's going to be a tough gunfight to win. He's getting pushed from the top as well. Stays alive as long as he can as Aqua coming in to help. Aqua gets 2. Can he get 3? I think he saw that player down to his bottom left, trying to push him now. Gets yet another one as he's on a 3 streak. Tries to wrap down to the player ring, but he will eventually fall.
Nagafed pulling out the bow here. He's kept the Amelie in the back pocket so far. Nice AR play from him, though. Very patient, sitting in the back, letting those SMGs flood forward, put the pressure on Faze. And remember when it was 30 points separating these 2 squads? How about 60? They doubled up on their lead.
Yeah, I mean, a couple more hills like that, and they're going to put this one out of reach if they keep rolling like this. Remy wins the original gunfight, but eventually will fall. He's got 7 caps to his name now. Let's take a look at the Faze red side. We have Enable, 22-17, 5 caps. He's got to put up just some absolutely heroic numbers to bring them back in this.
Yeah. I mean, Parasite has 7 captures. That's cool and all, but when you're -5, you're not able to stay alive in that hard point. That's where you're having issues. They need Parasite to really stay alive, and they need to provide better protection. Slasher negative right now. That's not what they can be doing. TR not considered one of the best squads when it comes to just raw slaying. They get it done with their organized teamwork, but man, so far, Faze Red simply getting outshot. Remy helping do that damage.
Yeah, that's really what surprises me. It's just the slaying aspect of this is not what I would expect in respawns in this exact matchup. But able to get a little bit of time here. They were trailing, but what you said,
60, now it's 50.
Brought it within, 10 more points. Just bring it a little bit closer. So we're going to rotate over to this B hard point. Parasite watching the cuts here. He's going to fall immediately. That's going to be 2 down for the side of Faze Red right now, and that's going to be control to TR.
Yeah, Aches accidentally killed Parasite too there, so kind of costly team kills, and you're going to see TR trying to take advantage of this revenge, doing a really nice job. Slasher getting 1, looking for another. That is a 4 spree for him so far, staying alive, single-handedly retaking the hard point, but he needs his teammates inside. There is the support. The flank came in, picked up 2, and now they'll have a much easier road getting back into this one. This is the smallest lead we've had in a while. It's going to be back down to about 35 points here, as it looks like Faze should be able to hold on to this hill for the final 13 seconds.
Yeah, what was 160 is now going to be within 30. The comeback coming right now from Faze Red. They're starting to warm up. The slaying starting to get rolling, as you saw that incredible streak there from Slasher. But multiple teammates dropping, and here comes the rotation to this next hard point. They've got to get over, as you see 4 players set up around beautifully on this next hard point.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching Remy right now, but he's just kind of the fulcrum of this squad. He's going to be able to pivot, his teammates rotating around him, and you can see big kills are affecting the spawns, but TR still able to flood in from the back because they're keeping 1 guy alive outside the hill. Remy on your screen is going to be making some moves back in, picks up a nice intro kill. He's got help from Facetta, who had the 2-piece. Aqua staying alive, and this is where they pulled away initially in the game. They're doing it once again from the garage.
Yeah, Aqua, I think, is where he went on the 6 streak pretty much throughout that entire hardpoint. Had a couple of assists and a couple big kills there to extend this lead. Facento still in. And with 16 seconds left, I was curious to see if we'd see Faze Red rotate out. But who is that player? You see a red triangle way off to the right. That is going to be Aqua. He's already set up with 5 seconds left here.
Aqua is just patiently waiting. He knows Faze likes to rotate early. This time they rotate late, and he punishes, picks up the first kill, looking for a second, tags him up, calls it out to Facento. You're going to see Nagafen watching that B Street as well, and great work from Remy, Aqua, and Facento watching the A Street, locking it down. Going over to Remy here, he looked like he was going to push out, and I like the fact that he's running the double Exos. He's got the overclock to help get into the hard point, also running the trophy because he knows how much Faze loves to throw those stuns.
I'll tell you what, Aqua may have sealed this game for them. The fact that he was, you saw that was the one hill really that Faze Red was set up all for. 15 seconds in advance was the parking lot hill. Aqua this time laying behind the truck, ready to do the damage, get several big kills, and look at the score.
Remy, man, Fort Spree, they sent 3 guys at him, and he is just hanging. No one wants to give this Revenge Squad the attention they deserve. They don't have the biggest social media following yet. They aren't the biggest personalities in the scene, but when it comes to the top players in the world, they definitely are up there amongst the best.
There's the Amelie that I thought he would start the game off with. What'd you say? Remy had a 40 and 40 with 20 cap. Well, he's at 35 and 32 with 14. Chris, not far behind it.
Before, didn't you? He's showing you what he can do, man.
Look at him compared to the rest of his team. 14. The rest of the team's combined for 8. Make it 9, but still, that's just incredible stuff out of Remy.
And Remy is going to watch as Nagafen falls, able to trade that kill very well with Parasite. And on the other side, I mean, Enable started out hot. He's going to hold up with a +2, but Parasite, a guy that is known for dropping huge numbers, got 12 captures, but -11 is not going to cut it. Slasher, he was -5 earlier in the game, could have finished positive, and Ake's about -2. So they get the kills to kind of pad the stats at the end, but this game was over before kind of that final hard point even started.
Yeah, and taking a look at Aches, you know, he had basically one capture. If you're that person that it seems is clearly staying away from the hard point, trying to be that AR that sits back, picks up kills on rotations, you need to have better numbers than -2. He's got to be much more involved in the objective than he was.
Nagafen showing you his patented Amelie there in the round-ending kill cam, taking off the thermal sight, no need for that. And you'll see Remy on the scoreboard, 37 kills, 35 deaths, 14 captures, a 1.06 ratio with 2 defends. Aqua, a 1.15, led the lobby, though, as the top slayer in game number 1. But this is a best of 5, and that was the only hard point. Can Revenge keep up with Faze Red when it comes to search and destroy?
I'll tell you what, I love just the shot we got of them. It didn't look like a team that's their first champs, did it? How cool, calm, and collected they look. Just the confidence there. You couldn't tell they were playing against Faze Red, one of the most dominant teams that we've had. They look great. I love it. I love it. Just no nerves. They're ready to go. I think they're taking the S&D. I'm switching all of my picks. I'm picking TR.
I love it, my friend. Well, you know, we got a lot of people watching the games, not only at home, but also here live in LA. One of them, the pro you just saw take down Optic Gaming. We got Clayster, one of the best analysts, with Graham on the Xbox stage.
Thank you, Puckett and Maven. Yes, we're going to take a quick break from the game you're watching and come back to Clayster from Denial. How are you feeling, mate?
I'm feeling really, really good today.
Good. So you were playing Optic. You're the second seed team there, the first. Amazing game to start the day off with, right?
Yeah, it was when the bracket came out last night. You know, it's like, oh, wow, we play Optic first round. But our performance kind of showed that our worries were not needed, you know?
Totally. It looked for a while like you were going to 3-0 them. Didn't quite go that way, but you must be feeling confident about that result.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely feeling really confident. You know, I have a lot of respect for OG, the players, the organization, the fans. I love Optic. You know, I was on it for almost a full year. It just finally feels good to beat the team that dropped me.
And what made the difference in the game? You know, what was the big standout moments for you?
Well, Attach played out of his mind. I've been trying to get in his head and tell him that he's our Scumpy. You know, he needs to be playing the Scumpy Slayer role, and he really showed it in that hard point and in that search and destroy, and he performed how we know he can perform, and we won the game.
44 kills from Attach in that hard point. That is incredible. That's the kind of performance you need out of your teammates, right?
Yeah, 100%. You know, as a BAL player, I can get those kind of kills, but they're not in the hill kills. You need a sub to be able to pop 2-3 pieces in the hill to hold the hill control, and Attach and replays were doing that the entire time.
And we know that Optic always brings the fans out. We've got fans in the auditorium today. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of the cheering and the shouting and the chanting that's going on outside of the booth?
Yeah, you can hear almost a dull roar. And I got sniped by one of the Optic players after I got a 2-piece, and you heard the crowd, you know, kind of rise up. And you definitely hear everybody talking out there, but we have a pretty big fan section ourselves out here today. And so it's nice to hear when we have a nice play, hearing some roars out there.
I was just about to say, any words for the Wolfpack?
You know, I just love all the supporters, the Clay fam, Denial supporters, Wolfpack, all that stuff. Thank you guys for supporting us, and I hope you guys continue supporting us the rest of the tournament.
All right, mate. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thanks for joining us. Going to hand you back up to your casting team.
All right, thank you, Graham. So Denial, of course, making it into the upper round 1. That's the same round of matches that we are watching here. We are going to go basically lower bracket or lower half of the upper bracket to the top half, back and forth, back and forth.
What a classy guy Clay is.
Oh, yeah.
Just appreciating the fans. You know, that's one thing that's talked about a lot for us is just the noise level, especially with Optic can overshadow quite a bit with the number of fans they have. But I heard the Wolfpack.
It was
They
awesome.
were here. They were roaring as Attach, Clay, all the guys going off. What a fantastic